They're moving in Sydney. What we'll do is we'll take the Sydney race and then we'll bring you the last lap of the Maitland event. Sound good to you, Daz?
Yeah, that sounds great. We're working quite well. Big backing here for Arachula. It's now 2-1 on. 2-1 on Arachula. Out to 5-1 Tom's Choice, and number 4 Black Bundy at 7-1. Nice story in the Telegraph yesterday. Tom's Choice trained by a headmaster at Albion Park, Peter King, one of the most improved greyhounds in training. All said, ready and racing. Good line with the exception of Royal Joker and Tom's Choice, and Arachula won the start. Landed 2 in front of Ice Pirate and Asmara Bale. Followed further back to Miss Gamble. On the outside came Tom's Choice from Royal Joker. A break, then a Black Bundy and Pleasure Bents at the rear. At the judge and Arachula running them along. It's out by 8 to Ice Pirate. Asmara Bale third, followed by Miss Gamble. Royal Joker further back, Tom's Choice. And the last 2, Black Bundy and Pleasure Panda. Down the back, and Arachula's the one they've got to try and catch. It's out by 8 lengths to Ice Pirate. Then Royal Joker, Tom's Choice. Further back as Marabale and Miss Gamble. But on the turn, and Arachula, they've got Buckley's of catching this. Arachula's 10 lengths in front. Good go for second. Tom's Choice rattling home. But Arachula's going to bolt in. Tom's Choice second. Miss Gamble third. Followed by Royal Joker, Pleasure Bent as Marabale. Then Black Bundy and Ice Pirate Weekend to finish at the rear.
185 in Sydney, 185 there in Sydney. And we'll check the numbers in Brisbane for you in a moment. McKelton, number 6, more than likely the winner. Now, we've got the race replay, the last lap at Maitland. Here we go to Ned.
Ma risked the peep at the opposition with 7:50 to go. It was a length and a half to Eurythmic Lad. Steady Blaze was next from Gold Moon. They were followed then by Northeast. Over on the rail was Tommy Cycle. Golden Trixie in the centre. Out deep on the track now was Collie Linden. And Flying Socks dropped out to last. Down the back they travel 500 out. And so will he, the leader over Eurythmic Lad. Steady Blaze was next, followed then by Gold Moon. Northeast on the outside of it from Golden Trixie, Tommy Cycle. A gap to Collie Linden and Brachiosaurus, and last of all was Flying Socks. They leave the back and move to the turn, 300 out, and Northeast is moving up fast around the outside to take the lead away from So Will He. They were being followed then in the centre by Eurythmic Lad. One unwinding a run right up around the outside of them now would be Golden Trixie in the straight. The leader was Northeast. Collar Gold Moon coming at it on the outside. So Will He on the rail as father and son. The Osmonds, Northeast and Gold Moon. They go to the wire. Northeast beat Gold Moon. Close for third, Golden Trixie, or So Will He, followed by Eurythmic Lad. Tommy Cycle, Steady Blaze, Collie Linden and Brachiosaurus and Flying Socks last in.
That was a replay of the final lap at Maitland after the 2 false starts there. It's very close.
We'll be pleased to know that. Oh, Fly Past has galloped out wide. It is a start. They'll leave Fly Past behind. Away fairly well towards the centre, Cadell. It's going to lead, I think, although Arctic Scott's trying to drive up as the turn comes up. Couldn't do so. And Cadell goes to the lead from Havilaugh, Arctic Scott, the rails. Linwood Lee quickly drops in. New Decade was keen to find the rails and has done just that. Now, What a Waftam gets off the rails there in front of Springton Flyer. 4 metres away in the field, Kazania, another 4 metres, then to Great Escape. Royal Scandal on its back. And Fly Past didn't lose a lot of ground, and it's quickly getting through on the inside. Into the straight they come. Cadell not that keen to lead, so Havilaugh's going to work to the front now. Havilaugh goes 4 metres to Cadell. Linwood Lee left facing the breeze. Arctic Scott 3 back the rails. What a Waftam's 1-1. New Decade on the inside, then 4 metres away Springton Flyer. They've gone fairly quick early. 46.1 is the lead time. Next, Kazania on the outside, saving ground Fly Past. Great Escape was second last. And last of all, now was Royal Scandal. They head into the back straight. Havilaugh the leader. 4 metres to Cadell. Now Linwood Lee on the inside. Cadell comes off the rails. This allows Arctic Scott to get right up behind the leader. Linwood Lee gets a trail and Springton Fly decides to come around the field 3 deep. Going forward quickly, so Cadell will end up with a trail again, it appears. Next then, New Decade on the rails. What a Waftam enjoying a pretty good run, although it's now 1 out and 3 back. On its back, Kazania getting up on the inside, Fly Past. Then Great Escape, Royal Scandal. First quarter, 31.7. So come into the straight to get the siren. And it's Havilaugh by 2 metres. Sitting up second now, the favourite Springton Flyer. Cadell's got the trail. Arctic Scott on the inside. Linwood Lee is tapped up next, racing around New Decade. Then What a Waftam. Now Great Escape is coming out 3 wide. And this does flush out What a Waftam. Fly Past gets one off in front of Kazania. And last, Royal Scandal. They head towards the back straight with 700 to run. And Havilaugh just the leader from Springton Flyer. They ran the second quarter. quarter in 31.5. Arctic Scots into the clear as Cadell drops off sharply. So Arctic Scots had a great run. Then further back, New Decade. What a Waftam's making ground as Havilaugh drops out. Further back, Linwood Lee. Cadell out wide now. Then Great Escape, Royal Scandal. Kazani is in a traffic jam. And last of all, Fly Past. They come off the back. Springton Fly, the mare led. Arctic Scots had every chance, and it's starting to run her down. 6 metres away, What a Waftam, still some hope, and they're clear of Linwood Lee and Great Escape on the turn. Springton Flyer and Arctic Scott almost together. What a Waftam, still a bit of a chance, swings around them, then Linwood Lee. Great Escape can't get into it. Springton Flyer, Arctic Scott. Arctic Scott puts the head clear. Springton Flyer battling away. It's going to be Arctic Scott tonight, and Arctic Scott wins a metre. Springton Flyer a big run second. What a Waftam not far away, and Linwood Lee battled on well for fourth. They were clear of Great Escape.
All right, we thank Penrith for holding on there. 197 race for a Globe as we take you to Rod.
Ready for a start in the 7th. And racing, Pleasing Girl began well and raced a half in front of Mirror Magic second. Third Luck Now Last the middle, followed by Subtle Edition, Elite Senses second last, and last but finding the inside is Patricia Dawn. Out of the straight, Pleasing Girl gets away. It's out by 2.5. Luck Now Last works to second. 2/3 is Elite Sense, followed the inside by Patricia Dawn from Mirror Magic, and last and deep was Subtle Edition. At the top turn, Pleasing Girl still 2 lengths in front, defying its rivals. Luck Now Last closing 2.5. Third is Elite Sense in the straight. Pleasing Girl in front. Luck Now Last trying to get it but won't. Pleasing Girl in a photo just wins from second. Luck Now Last. Third is Elite Sense, followed by Patricia Dawn. Next to last, Subtle Edition, and last of all was Mirror Magic.
1-3-2 there, Pleasing Girl, pleasing its connections by scoring tonight over number 3 and number 2. Righto, yet to go into the frame those numbers. Royal Land at 4 is it
now straightens up. Roses Despair comes forward. Back a little as Royal Land in 1. Winnerdale stands well with MIA, and also in the limelight in the all white. Track cleared. All set. Royal Land still back about 2 metres. Comes up. Good line. Racing. Hazel Daphne missed it. In the limelight galloped. Away quickly was MIA. Our Better Luck is showing speed. And now making ground a Celerando on the outside. Diamond Debutante off the 30 is away very quickly with Kate's Comet. Behind that, Perulia Winnerdale, also Tolle in the limelight. And out the back is Hazel Daphne. As they settle down now, Better Luck leads a Celerando. MIA making ground off the track now to be second. Royal Land the rail fourth. 4 metres to Roses Despair, then Albertina. Kate's Comet back on the fence. 6 metres to Diamond Debutante on the outside of Winnerdale, then Tolle. In the limelight, last of the main pack, and 80 metres away, Hazel Daphne. At the 1800, and here's Roses Despair now pulling out 3 wide. MIA on the outside is just shading the leader, which is Our Better Luck out of the straight, but making a line of 3 is Roses Despair on the outside. At the lap and 3/4, MIA work to the lead now from on the outside, Roses Despair. Our Better Luck is on the rail in third. 4 metres to Royal Land the fence, fourth, and a neck away is a Celerando. Then Albertina on the outside of Kate's Comet. 4 metres to Diamond Debutante, racing on the outside of Winnerdale. Toller is 6 metres away, 8 metres to win the limelight, and 50 metres away Hazel Daphne. At the lap and a half, the leader MIA steadies by 6 or 8 metres. On the fence, Our Better Luck, a metre the outside, Roses Despair. Then a Celerando on the outside, fifth. On its inside is Royal Anne. Kate's Comet travels 4 back on the fence. On its outside is Albertina. Diamond Debutante travels up to be 4 back on the outside of Winnerdale. 4 metres to Tolle, 6 metres to win the limelight, and 50 metres away Hazel Daphne. 1,000 to go on the turn. The leader still MIA over 4 metres to Our Better Luck on the inside of Roses Despair. Royal Anne held up 3 back on the fence. On its outside of Celerando. Albertina's handy on the outside of Kate's Comet, who shunted away 4 back on the rail. 2 metres to Diamond Debutante. She hasn't spent a penny. She's 4 back on the outside, 15 metres off the lead, and about to pull to the outside, followed by Winnerdale. Second last is Tolle, 4 metres to win the limelight, and 35 metres to Hazel Daphne. They're in the final lap at the 650. MIA still in front by 2.5 metres to Roses Despair. Diamond Debutante now set alight, pulls to the outside 3 wide. Our Better Luck on the leader's back, a Celerando fourth. Pulling out now 3 wide as Albertina, forcing Diamond Debutante 4 and 5 wide. Kate's Comet comes off the fence, then Royal Anne, Winterdale, Tollier in the limelight, and out the back is Hazel Daphne. Before the turn, 250 out. MIA giving plenty of cheek in front. Got away by 5 metres to Rose's Despair. As Celerando's under pressure. Diamond Debutante winds up now. She pulls to the outside, 10 metres off the lead. At the 200 though, MIA 8 metres in front. Diamond Debutante running home resolutely, followed by Rose's Despair, but MIA has a handy lead. Diamond Debutante cannot bridge the gap. Kate's Comet is flashing home down the outside, but MIA wins comfortably. MIA wins about 6 metres. Diamond Debutante second. Kate's Comet a neck away. Third, she flew home. Royal Anne close up from Rose's Despair. Then a Celerando.
Right, 9, 13 and 12 there. Number 9, MIA, too good as we take you now to Wendy Park. Once again, here's Darren.
Thank you, Nick. Moving up here for a pretty open 4th grade. The favourite is 2, Candom Dancer at 2 to 1. 2 to 1, number 2, Correct Move at 3 to 1. And number 1, Misty Marmalade at 9 to 2. 6, Dance Kissing is a firmer now into 6 to 1. Bit of a tip around for the Mudgee Train, Coleman Slutty in 7. As the green light is switched on, here comes the bunny and they're set to jump. Ready for race 6. They're off. Out wide, Naturally Cheeky won the start together with Candom Legend in the centre, Dance Kissing, and driving along the rail, Misty Marmalade, followed by Plum Roll, Candom Dancer further back, Correct Move, Dance Kissing, Cop to check at second last with Coleman Slutty behind it. Candom Legend is the leader. Misty Marmalade's gone to the outside. Candom Dancer's gone to the rails. Candom Dancer ran to the lead from Misty Marmalade. Candom Dancer's gone, followed by Plum Roll. Further back, Correct Move starting to unwind, and Dance Kissing into the straight. Misty Marmalade ran to the lead from Candom Dancer and Correct Move. Misty Marmalade flopped in to win it. Misty Marmalade by a neck to Candom Dancer and Correct Move, followed by Plum Roll, Dance Kissing, further back Coleman Slutty from Candom Legend, and Naturally Cheeky was last in.
Thanks, Daz. Let's update race 7 at Maitland, the Fawcett.
Getting towards the starting point, and Careful Choice is at the rear of the field. A blue light flashing, they're racing. Actually, one of the smartest out, Quincy Adams from Armbro, Dick Calais began well. Summersby Warrior showing speed and shooting up on the inside of Kylie Michelle. They were followed by Merson, Comet, Mac Banner. He's a Dude and Careful Choice was last of all. The pace fairly solid as they make the run around the corner the first time, where the leader was Quincy Adams over Armbro, Dick Summersby Warrior. Out wide in the track now was Good Lord. They were followed then by Calais, Kylie Michelle. Mac Banner's trapped about 5 deep in the run down the straight. Back in the field now, 2 Careful Choice from Merson, Comet, and He's a Dude was last of all. They leave the judge and make the run out of the straight, and over on the inside, the leader was Quincy Adams, taken on shortly after, though, by Mac Banner, who went to the lead. Next in the event, Summersby Warrior with Armbro Dick. They were followed along then by Careful Choice. Poking up out wide on the track was Calais, followed then by Good Lord, Kylie Michelle, Merson, Comet, and still He's a Dude was last. They're starting to string out now as they travel back and make the run to the corner, a lap and a quarter before them, and Mac Banner showed the way by a length and a half over Quincy Adams, a similar distance to Summersby Warrior. A gap to Armbro Dick, followed by Calais on the outside of Careful Choice. Next was Kylie Michelle from Merson, Comet, and Good Lord brought up the rear. Around the corner and head for the judge, the bell lap coming up this time, and Rigari has Mac Banner doing it nicely out in front from Quincy Adams. They were followed by Summersby Warrior. Armbro Dick and Calais together. Careful Choice along the rail from Kylie Michelle, Merson, Comet, and Good Lord was last of all. Over towards the 600 they swing, and still the leader was Mac Banner. A length to Quincy Adams, Summersby Warrior third, followed then by Armbro Dick, Careful Choice. Calais on the outside of it, a gap to Kylie Michelle, Merson, Comet, and still Good Lord brought up the rear. The pace a cracker 500 from home, where the leader still was Mac Banner. He's 3 parts of a length to the good of moving up around the outside of it now. In the event, as Mac Banner leaves the back and moves to the turn, it was Summersby Warrior moving up. Making another run right up around them now was Armbro Dick, followed by Kylie Michelle, Merson, Comet. Calais in a fair way back now to Careful Choice and Good Lord. Making the run around the corner where the leader still was Mac Banner. Summersby Warrior trying hard to peg it back. It's Mac Banner and Summersby Warrior to fight it out. Kylie Michelle and Armbro Dick right down the outside. Mac Banner in front. Rigari getting everything out of it, and Mac Banner won the money. Summersby Warrior second, close for third. Could be Merson, Comet, or Kylie Michelle. yellow.
Okay, we'll check those in a moment. They've just jumped in Brisbane. Here's Terry.
Is out 3 deep and going forward. Kabir Lass lands on the back of the leader. Able Affair wide on the outside of Magnum Magic. Pierre Paris inside Skipper Hoy and Sovereign Lad left 3 deep. 2 to Wild Prodigy, followed by Prince of Hanover and Little Rufus, a length and a half away at the tail of the field. A slick 34.5 for the first part of the race. The Flying Blue Chips in front at the 13.50. Able Affair rolls up to second at the wheel of the leader. Kabir Lass third behind the speed. A length and a half to Dixieland Jazz with cover behind Able Affair. Pierre Paris on the rail. Sovereign Lad left 3 deep and then Glen Worry in the middle. Prince of Hanover 3 wide behind Sovereign Lad. Skipper Hoy goes up on the rail, followed by Magnum Magic. Wild Prodigy 3 deep on the back of Prince of Hanover, and Little Rufus last at the judge, 1,000 to run. 30.3 for the first quarter of the mile. Sovereign Lad's been left wide, so Regpless lets him stride up into the death, and as they turn out of the straight at the 900 metres mark, the Flying Blue Chip leads by 1 to Sovereign Lad. Prince of Hanover, the TAB favourite, moves up 3 wide. Kabir Lass off the rail on the back of Sovereign Lad. Pierre Paris pokes up on the fence. Wild Prodigy 3 deep. Skipper Hoy on the rail. Then Dixieland Jazz. Able Affair calls it a night from Magnum Magic, Little Rufus and Glen Worry. 31.5 second quarter of the mile. Prince of Hanover goes after the Flying Blue Chip. 4.50 to run. The Flying Blue Chip a neck in front of Prince of Hanover. Kabir Lass into the clear. She's looming up 3 wide. Then Pierre Paris, followed by Skipper Hoy and Magnum Magic on the outside. Prince of Hanover got to the lead. 300 to run. Kabir Lass after her. The Flying Blue Chip gone. Then Pierre Paris and Little Rufus coming from a mile back, running on strongly. Prince of Hanover led for home. Kabir Lass after the Prince. Little Rufus on the outside. Prince of Hanover in front with 100 to go. Kabir Lass trying with Little Rufus. Prince of Hanover getting tired. Little Rufus lunged, but Prince of Hanover's lasted. Prince of Hanover's beaten Little Rufus. Kabir Lass probably third from Skipper Hoy, who sizzled home. Then Wild Prodigy, Magnum Magic, Pierre Paris, the Flying Blue Chip, Glen Worry, Dixieland Jazz, Sovereign Lad, and Able Affair was last of all. Photo. At the end of the...
Great Fox Print, 13 to 4 for 5, Almerzo. Set to go race 8 over the 6.17. Riverland Superfecta, ready. Set and racing, dwelling at the start was Atlantic Seagull, and winning the break was Matthew's mate from Lawrence Desire, who's wide. Third was Our Birthday, parked off the speed, followed by Fox Print and 2 to Driver. 2.5 to Atlantic Seagull, followed second last by Keto's Polly, and back at the rear, a long way off the leaders, Almerzo. Down the back, and Lawrence Desire drives to the front by a length on Fox Print. 2 lengths third was Our Birthday with a sitting shot. 4 further back to Matthew's mate, followed on the outside by Keto's Polly from Almerzo. Driver and Atlantic Seagull to the home turn. Lawrence Desire is in front. Fox Print and Our Birthday battling on, but Lawrence Desire races away, and Lawrence Desire wins by 3. Lawrence Desire first, second, Fox Print third, Our Birthday, followed by Almerzo, Keto's Polly from Matthew's mate, and Atlantic Seagull. Last of all was Driver.
Across the line, we've cited them 3, 8, 2, 5, 7, 1 there. We'll check those Superfecta numbers officially.
Vintage came out running and he's going hard. Parley's Pride also goes quickly to the first turn, but Brozovic leads. Parley's Pride can't get across. Comical quickly drops in behind the leader. Calder Shots lands 1-1, then 50-50 on the rails. Solid again midfield. Out 3 wide in the early stages. Voodoo Man easing out of it. Then Brotherhood. Back on the inside we had Pacific Wonder. It's about 30 metres to Port Patrick and another 40 metres to Sound Barrier, right out of business. Into the straight they swing. There hasn't been a lot of speed on early. Brozovic led pretty easily. Parley's Pride sits up second. Back on the inside, Comical behind the leader. 1 out and 1 back, Call the Shots. 3 back, the rails is 50-50. Solid again midfield on the outside. Pacific One to the inside of Brotherhood. Lead time's only 40. He's gone back to the tail of the main group. Still 25 metres to Port Patrick. Really hasn't made a lot of ground. And another 25 away to Sound Barrier. They race down the back. They've sped up a little now. Where the leader, Brozovic. 3 metres to Parley's Pride, which is going to be forced to work. Comical with the sit behind the leader. Call the Shots, 1 out and 1 back. Then on the inside, 50-50. A couple away to Solid again. 3 metres Pacific Wonder. On its outside was Brotherhood. Then 4 metres away, Voodoo Man. And still a good gap away, Tarport Patrick can't tack on, and neither will Sound Barrier. Now the first quarter, 30.9, so they certainly did speed up in that quarter. And the leader, Barossa Vintage. Parley's Pride, the odds-on favourite on the outside. On the rails behind them, Comical. Actually, he's not odds-on on the tote. He jumped even money, Parley's Pride. Caller shots, one out, one back. Solid again, nice and handy to them. He's got a good grip on him. On the inside was 50-50, following it Pacific Wonder. Then on the outside, Brotherhood, 4 metres, Voodoo Man. Forget the other pair, Tarport Patrick and Sound Barrier. They make their way towards the back. Barossa Vintage went the second quarter, 32.4, so it's been a stop-start affair. Barossa Vintage led a metre. Parley's Pride getting a little closer now. Comical's had a good trial, but it's off the bed. On the outside, then Caller shots, 4 metres further back in the field to Solid again as the speed's on now. Parley's Pride attacks the leader. 50-50 held up. They're followed then by Brotherhood, and further back Pacific Wonder, Voodoo Man off the back. Parley's Pride got a metre clear on Barossa Vintage. Out 3 wide, Caller shots, pulling out 4 wide, Solid again. Then Comical. Brotherhood right off the track as Parley's Pride goes for home. Into the straight, Parley's Pride got 3 metres. Barossa Vintage trying hard to go with him. They're clear of Solid again. Caller shots, Brotherhood late. Parley's Pride, the last 100, the worry, just in front. Solid again, Brotherhood claiming him. Still Parley's Pride, no, it's Solid again in the centre. Solid again, and Brotherhood have bloused Parley's Pride right on the post. Then Barossa Vintage, Pacific Wonder, next in 50-50, Comical, Voodoo Man. Well back then, Call the Shots, and the two-tailed out throughout Sound Barrier and Tarport Patrick.
Let's take it to Darren now. It's a photo all round there at Glebe. Here's Daz.
Thank you, Nick. And the tote favourite here on track number 2, Admiral's Daughter at 9-4. We've got time to 720 metres, and the bunny is on its way, and they're set to jump in race 7 out of Wenty. Ready and racing. Winning the start out wide, Marlborough King together with Angel Eagle, and Emma's Victory showing pace, tracked along by Meadow Madness. Then came Girls Gambler from Admiral Daughter, Benny Pack, and dropping to the rear is Short Owl. Into the straight, and Emma's Victory ran to the lead by more than a length to Marlborough King, and Meadow Madness third the rail. A length into Angel Eagle, 2 after Girls Gambler from Admiral Daughter. 4 lengths to Benny Pack, and Short Owl's at the rear. Emma's Victory ripping along in the lead down the back. She's 4 clear from Meadow Madness, third Angel Eagle. A break then to Marlborough King, further back Admiral Daughter and Girls Gambler. Coming to the turn, and Emma's Victory going strongly in the lead. It's out by 6 or 7 to Meadow Madness, and then came Angel Eagle and a break to Admiral's Daughter. But this is going to brain them, Emma's Victory. Emma's Victory by 8 lengths to Meadow Madness. Angel Eagle third. Then Admiral Daughter, a break to Marlborough King from Benny Pack. A long space to Girls Gambler, and Short Owl finished at the rear.
3-8-7 there in Sydney, 3-8 and 7.
Ready for a start. All set. This is Geelong race 5. Green light sign racing. Statue of Liberty is showing speed towards the inside. Out wide, Liquidation goes forward. So too does Bye Bye Contessa with Keystone Wealth, Caramia Girl. Just in behind them is Manwara Sunshine, who hopped out of its gear. Manwara Sunshine broke out of the straight. They're racing pretty tight too for a stride or two. And dropping out to the tail is Manwara Sunshine, sorting themselves out. Al Lendl leads by a metre to Caramia Girl. Keystone Wealth settles down third, but out 3 wide. In the centre is Liquidation. Back on the fence is Statue of Liberty, as Caramia Girl now drops in behind the leader. 3 wide, You Wish now pulling out, forcing Nero's Empire 4 wide. 4 metres to Bye Bye Contessa, fill in time. Second last, Manwara Sunshine, and Admiral Victory is last. With that sweeping run, You Wish continues to go forward and works to the lead now at the 1200. You Wish in front by 8 metres to Al Lendl. 4 metres away, Caramia Girl the inside. Working up on the outside is off the track now, making ground 4 wide is Liquidation. Keystone Wealth now angled into the running line. In the centre is Nero's Empire. On the rail is Statue of Liberty. He's racing about 6th and 4 back on the fence. 2 metres to Keystone Wealth. Then fill in time, Bye Bye Contessa, Manwara Sunshine, and Admiral Victory 3 wide last pulling out. They've got a lap to go at the 800. You Wish in front by 2.5 metres. Liquidation travels into second placing after working. On its back, the stablemate Nero's Empire. Al Lendl, the leader's back, being trailed up in turn by Caramia Girl. 4 metres to Keystone Wealth. Admiral Victory pulling out 3 wide. Statue of Liberty is 4 back on the rail and 4th last, followed by Bye Bye Contessa, Fill in Time, and Manmara Sunshine. Towards the 450 they race. You Wish in front by 4 metres. Liquidation under pressure. Nero's Empire pulls out 3 wide, forcing Admiral Victory 4 wide. Our Lindell leaders back 6 metres away. Caramia Girl, then Keystone Wealth, Bye Bye Contessa, Fill in Time. Statue of Liberty second last, not doing enough, and last on the outside, Manmara Sunshine. You Wish, though, comes to the home turn, 200 out by 4 metres. Under pressure, Nero's Empire. Our Lindell gets to second. Liquidation gone, then Admiral Victory. But You Wish is clear at the 120 odd. Raced away You Wish from our Lindell. Boxing on Nero's Empire, Admiral Victory. But it's another good one for You Wish. You Wish wins by 8 metres to our Lindell. Third, Nero's Empire. Fill in Time rattled home. Caramia Girl close up. Then Keystone Wealth, Admiral Victory. In behind them, Manmara Sunshine, Liquidation. Statue of Liberty has run second last, and last in was Bye Bye Contessa.
3 and 7, race 5 at Geelong, 13, 3 and 7. The
For race 9, having all sorts of trouble with Stagebrush Sam. Stagebrush Sal's giving its fair share of problems. Final look on the tote board, 1 Hyperbolism, 170 and 120. In front of 8 Grenadier, has tightened up to 460 and 170. 3 in the night, 650 and 150. Set to go for the 9th event. Ready to go. Lawson staked the event. Racing. Walking out of the boxes, Stagebrush Sam, and beginning well was Hyperbolism over Pretty Christie second. Third, Braidwood Boy, followed next by Canadian Honour and also Grenadier. A length to win the night, followed towards the rear, Stagebrush Sam. In by the Lobster Joe, likewise Grenadier, it fell back on top of it. Down the back and Hyperbolism out by 2. Second, Braidwood Boy, 3 lengths. Third was Pretty Christie, followed the fence by In the Night from Canadian Honour. Stagebrush Sam from Grenadier, and last was Lobster Joe. To the home turn, 2-dog race. Hyperbolism in front, gets away from Braidwood Boy, who's coming again, but Hyperbolism holds on. Hyperbolism first, Braidwood Boy second, third was Pretty Christie, followed by Lobster Joe and Grenadier from In the Night, Canadian Honour, and last of all was Stagebrush Sam.
1, 2, 6, Penrith race 9, 1, 2 and 6.
Now the gate comes down onto the bend, and they're just about ready to run. 21's the trip. Last of the double and the treble on the Queensland tab. There's the light. Arms fold, racing. Rambling Alto and You Next were both hustled out of the gate. You Next has a little too much speed, and he'll lead into the first bend. Rambling Alto second, Elbertoff third, and Hoity Tolls fourth and left deep. Then Tip Top Tommy, Burry Langus out very wide, Tarport Chris on the rail, followed by Incentive and Matrix Magic. Charkaland's a long way back after getting tangled up with Hopeless Jim, who galloped on that first turn. And Hopeless Jim is a long last as they roll past the tea trees the first time. At the 1700, You Next leads, but he's under restraint. Elbertoff popped off the fence and now whizzes around the outside, and he's the new pacemaker. Elbertoff on the aluminium by 2 to You Next, and a length and a half to Hoity Toll facing the breeze. Rambling Alto fourth and pulling on the rail. Tip Top Tommy on the back of Hoity Toll. Tarport Chris midfield. Incentive moves up 3 back in the running lane. Charkaland on the fence inside of Matrix Magic. Then Burry Langus and Hopeless Jim tacks on at the rear. 37.3 the first sectional time. Elbertoff is the leader. At the 1200 metres pole, it's Elbertoff by 1 over Hoity Toll. Without cover on the outside of You Next. Tip Top Tommy sweet seating around Rambling Alto. Incentive 3 back in the running lane. Tarport Chris on the rail. Then Matrix Magic, Charkaland, Hopeless Jim and Burry Langus. 32.5 first cut of the mile. Elbertoff a neat length in front of Hoity Toll after the bell. You Next third, still locked away on the fence. Tip Top Tommy in the sweet seat. Incentive's off. Incentive out 3 deep, is boiling up on the outside. Rambling Alto on the rail, and Matrix Magic latches onto the back of Incentive. Tarport Chris goes through in the centre. Then Hopeless Jim, Charkaland and Burry Langus is last. 32.5 for the second section of the mile. Elbertoff 3/4 in front. of Hoity Toll. You next still locked away, incentive 3 deep. Tip Top Tommy's in the middle, then Tarport Chris, Matrix Magic, Rambling Alto, Hopeless Jim, Charkaland and Burry Langus. Albertoff by 3/4, now a half at the 350. Hoity Toll still wearing away. You next sweating on a run, climbing over their backs. Incentive 3 deep, now 4 deep as Tip Top Tommy gets into the clear. Albertoff just in front as they flatten for the run to the judge. Hoity Toll under pressure, Tip Top Tommy's out. He's starting to warm up. You next can't get a crack. Albertoff leads. Tip Top Tommy's not coming quickly enough with you next on the rail, and it's Albertoff. Albertoff wins the money from Tip Top Tommy and you next. Then Matrix Magic, Incentive and Hoity Toll. Tarport Chris, Hopeless Jim, Charkaland, Burry Langus and Rambling Alto.
1, 2, 4, race 6 at Albion Park, 1, 2 and 4. Race number 6, SOB, WP, here's D.
Ready and racing. Promises Made came out fairly well. November Terror and Cape Law hit the ground running from Short County, and Promises Made burning up out wide. He got clipped there from behind. He's running third, followed by Molly Dye. Then came further back Auxiliary Cape Law, and the last one is Orbison down the back, and November Terror on the bunny. It's out by 3 lengths in second position. Short County. Promises Made starting to unwind. November Terror has a break on the turn from Promises Made. November Terror turned in front from Promises Made, who's flying home. November Terror in front. Just lasted. I'd say it's just one. November Terror by a half head to Promises Made, and Short County ran third, followed by Cape Law, Auxiliary, Orbison, and one of the last to finish was Molly Dye in a top race.
Great race, Darren, wasn't it? What would have happened to that race had that horse or that greyhound Promises Made not got clipped?